could be you too. The LWOO Show, Lauren Ward overcoming obstacles. Yeah, that's me, and it could be you too.
Thank you so much for joining, y'all, because this is my first virtual show, and you guys don't know how much it means to me for you guys to show up and be here today. I really, really, really appreciate it. So let's go ahead and get started, you guys. Let's go ahead and get started. So the first person is Chanin King. And so I'm going to start off by reading her bio. Okay, so Chanin L. King, oh, the picture is beautiful too. Chanin L. King is the founder and owner of Ordered in All Things LLC, Chicagoland's premier organizational solution for large families, homeschoolers, and faith-based groups. As the homeschooling mother of 8 children, Chanin knows a thing or two about the chaos and stress that managing a large household can bring. Chanin has held a number of leadership positions, including Illinois State Apostolic Homeschool Support Group Leader, Chair Lady for the PCAF Illinois State Marriage and Family Ministry Team, Sunday School Teacher, Bible College Instructor, Sign Language Interpreter, and Curator for a Faith-Based Hall of Faith, just to name a few, okay? Chanin has also earned Professional Specialist certificates in residential organizing, home management, and workplace productivity. Her greatest achievement is being married to her high school sweetheart, yes, Isaac, for more than 27 years. There go that number 7, completion, come on now. And in raising their 8 wonderful children, and the number 8, new beginners. Hello, oh, you all are truly blessed. That number 7 and that number 8. Chanin's breadth and depth of experience are the foundation for her professional organization and productivity business, Ordered in All Things. You all, without further ado, please help me give a round of applause to Chanin King.
Hey, Miss Lauren. Good morning. Good morning. Wow, I am so excited to be here. This is my first time on a talk show, so to be with LWOO, I can't even begin to tell just how excited I am right now, and to be introducing a business that has been 20 plus years in the making. It is such an amazing thing to be starting a business, especially at this point in my life. I am 49 years old, 90 days away from the big 5-0. And you know, this is normally the space and time when people are starting to slow down and looking forward to retirement, but not this girl. I'm charging ahead. Okay. I have got some things to share and all this experience that God has given me just in building my family, having a household of 10. That's right, 8 kids. So for all of the families out there and the moms and dads who feel like pulling your hair out right now because the government has turned you into a homeschooler, I've been there. I don't know how many of you have 8 or more children, but probably whatever age you're dealing with right now, I've already dealt with it. And that's what brings me to Ordered in All Things LLC. Our business is all about helping to solve problems. Lauren, did you know that over 40% of the housework that most of us do can disappear just in being a little more organized? Did you realize that children who grow up in chaotic environments have poorer language skills and score higher in a benchmark that measures learned helplessness? Or how about this one? That women who come from homes that they consider lack in order actually maintain higher levels of the stress hormone cortisol. So we're stressing out, which may make us prematurely lose our hair, our children probably aren't performing as we would like for them to on standardized tests or in their language skills. And we're doing more work than we really need to. We're paying our bills a little bit later and losing money all in the process simply because our lives lack just a little less clutter. And so my next slide talks about our solution. I have 20 plus years of experience with this family. This is my crew. That's my high school sweetheart in the middle. We have 6 boys and 2 girls. 6 boys. Did I mention 6 boys? And 2 beautiful girls. And so our household is always full of energy and usually a little bit of noise, but I kind of put the lockdown on them like most parents. I need to conduct business, so you all need to be off somewhere being very, very quiet. But they are all tuned into the show because I'm probably going to have them write a report or something for homeschooling, you know. But it was building this family and raising this family that has given me the experience that I gained in order to build this business. And so the next slide, our solution, based on 20 plus years of experience managing a large family, what the company does is we develop organizing systems that is uniquely designed to meet the needs of the large family by designing customized systems. So this isn't a one cookie cutter solution like something you might get if you pick up an organizing book. No, we are specific to the needs of each individual client. And so moving on to that next slide, our products and services. We offer one-on-one in-home organizing sessions, and under the climate of COVID-19, we know that we're not really allowed to do that right now. Never fear. We also offer virtual organizing services. So through something like Zoom, Skype, FaceTime, I'm able to help my clients still get the order and the control over their household that they need. Because I am a homeschooling mom and also a business owner, I understand just how difficult it might be to marry school at home and work at home. So we're here to offer solutions to all of our clients on that. We also do home inventory and total loss recovery services because it's just a natural next step to being decluttered and organizing. And household management, obviously, if you're going to have a household my size, you need to know how to manage it. And we're also in the process both of bringing a book to production as well as a homeschool planner, just to keep everything succinct for all of our clients moving forward. And so, yes, that is our business, ordered in all things LLC.
Yes, Miss Chanin. Thank you so much for that amazing presentation. So you know I gotta jump right in with the questions.
Okay, let's go.
Because this is thebomb.com. Okay. So with the products and the services that you offer, which product and service do you find your customers utilizing the most?
Well, if you would have asked me this question prior to March of this year or even February of this year, I would have had a very different answer. I probably would have talked about, decluttering actual spaces, just giving people the clarity of mind just visually within their homes. But we are in a completely different environment now because of COVID-19 and this pandemic. So absolutely, that product, that service that everybody's wanting is a combination of virtual organizing, right? And how do I not go cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs while I have my kids at home trying to educate them, right? And there's so many things that's just not available to people now, like the public libraries, the parks, even their friends. It's funny that being a homeschooling mom, one of the questions that I would get a lot is, what about socialization? How do you make sure your children socialize? And now the schools have said nobody's allowed to socialize. Well, we have solutions for that. How to keep your children from going bananas themselves because they're stuck inside the house. How do you connect them with other people, even under the COVID-19 climate that we have climate that we're under right now? And so, virtual organizing, and please help me. Help me deal with my children while we're at home.
Exactly. And that's exactly what I was about to ask too, because I was going to say, would you being a stay-at-home mom and also homeschooling your children in a society where it may be frowned upon because we're so used to being told, go to school, and get a good job. What challenges do you feel like you have, but what benefits do you feel like you have as an entrepreneur during this time?
So challenging, I'm still a full-time homeschooling mom, and I'm also building a business. And so school hours happen during business hours. So how do we marry that? That's probably the challenge that a lot of the society members are facing right now, right? And so having a system in place where we know what's happening every moment of the day and assigning something for everybody to do. So for instance, while I need to be on this show right now, if they weren't required to watch the show, I would have something specific for them to be doing, something to keep them occupied so that the two aren't crossing and having an obstacle. But now the benefit of being an entrepreneur right now and having the children here is we get to dive in personally with what it means to be an entrepreneur, what it means to start a business. As a matter of fact, our 10-year-old has started his own business. He's cleaning up the community and trading in his metals and things that he finds for money. He's learning what it means to work for yourself, to start off as an employee of your own business, but he's already talking about expanding, hiring other kids to do the same thing in their areas. And this is something that is afforded us because we're home and because we have our kids home. They get to walk through this entire process right along with us.
Mm-hmm. Very good. And how are you able to keep your self-confidence within yourself and within your business?
So at the top of the show, I mentioned that I am 49 years old, 90 days away from being 50. And, society says that I'm nearing that age of retirement, slow down, et cetera, et cetera. And for me, I knew that I had something valuable. I knew that I had the experience to help other people. I still had the same doubts and the same fears as any entrepreneur in any given business. And I think a few different things helped me out. Number one, my family, right? The business was built off the family, literally. Right. And having my family, having my husband and my children really tell me just how blessed their lives have been because of the systems and things that have been put into place. Of course, nobody likes bedtime and all the rest of that, but now that they're adults, they're really appreciating it. The second thing was my prayer life. The business actually got rolling because I was complaining to God. And, he pretty much told me, I gave you all kinds of skills and abilities. You just needed to pick something. And so I chose this because it was most natural, which brings me to the third thing. Because I wanted to run an actual business, I decided that I was going to get the best education that I can, learn how to be an entrepreneur. And Marge Johnsson mentioned the Business Innovation and Growth Center through Northeastern Illinois University. Enrolling in that class and walking through putting my business plan together really boosted my confidence because I could see in black and white on paper that this was viable, there was a market for it, and I could cross that $1 million mark. Woo-hoo! $1 million, right? I could do it. I could do it. All I needed to do was really just make the boots hit the ground and run with it. And so that's what has been helping to build my client, my confidence in that every new client gives me just a little more of a boost and is helping me to continue to move forward.
Yes. And I was just about to ask too, Chanin, the last question before we go to the audience and see if they have any questions. How can we support you? How can we support you? Because I know as a small business owner, you know, you're trying to constantly build up your financial gain with your business, whether that's through sponsorship or paid advertisement. So I would just like to know, how can we support you?
So right off the bat, contact me. The business is so brand new. We're still in the process of building that website. We hope to have it up in 2 weeks. The team has been working really, really hard to bring quality to the market. But I want to say that because I'm on the LWOO Show, I have a special for everybody who's tuned in. Everybody, as a matter of fact, Lauren, who's registered for the show, even if they aren't in attendance right now. Because you are a registered participant of the LWOO Show, I am offering my services 30 minutes for $45, or the best value, 1 hour of virtual organizing for only $65. Now, let me tell you what you get with that. You get to ask me questions, whatever that might be. Is it homeschooling that you're having an issue with? Is it work at home, workplace productivity? Would you like to walk me through your house over your technical gadget, whatever that might be, and let me walk you through how to organize your closet, or even that junk drawer everybody wants to get rid of? For 30 minutes or 1 hour, you've got my undivided attention, and we can go through one or all of the previously mentioned things. I can even show you how to set up a home inventory. Since you're there, maybe you can build the inventory yourself. So how do you get in contact with me? Okay, so the website's not up yet. So you can reach me 773-580-1409. I'll repeat, 773-580-1409. You can also drop me an email at my name, Chanin, CHANIN .king, KING, @att.net. And I'm also going to put together something for Lauren to send an email blast out to everybody, letting them know about this special. All you need to do is just simply mention the LWOO Show in order to get that special pricing and my time. I usually only do 3-hour sessions, but I am willing for everybody who's a guest of your show to break that down to either a 30-minute or a 1-hour session virtually with me.
Yes, yes. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mama Chanin. Everybody give her a round of applause. Thank you so much for everything. We really are honored to have you on the show today. Please stay on.
Absolutely.
Yes, we are so honored to have you. Your business is absolutely amazing. You have truly been an inspiration to me. That's why I call you Mama Chanin, because I love everything, everything about you. God has truly sent me some earth angels. So I am so proud of you. And I thank you so much for being on the show today. And again, guys, she gave out her phone number and email, and I will send you more information about what she is offering. Actually, I did see questions from the audience, but that's exactly what it was. Your social media, they wanted to know, like, what was your information of how they could get in contact with you. And you guys keep sending your questions into the chat. But thank you, Miss Chanin.
And I also want to offer real quick, Facebook. The business page is not up yet. It should be up next week, but you can reach me on my personal page on Facebook. I'm Chanin King, CHANIN, last name King, KING, on Facebook. I'd love for you guys to contact me there and on LinkedIn. And I'm not going anywhere because your next guest is the person who helped me get my business going. So I always want to hear all of the wisdom that Kristen Evans has to share. So I will be right here taking it all in along with all the rest of your participants. And thank you again, Lauren, and congratulations on the baby.
Thank you. Thank you, Miss Chanin. Thank you. So you guys, we are moving right along. So I just want to jump right into our next guest, Kristen Evans. And I'm going to go ahead now and read her bio. So Kristen Evans is an award-winning consumer researcher strategist, a businesswoman and educator. As the global director of consumer behavioral insights and strategy for RLM Media, a full-service advertising agency. She leverages human insights and market understanding to shape advertising into culturally relevant stories, connections, and touch points. Her career began with a 3-year internship with University of Michigan Athletics, where she learned about marketing and promotions. There she launched Maze Out, Michigan football's largest in-stadium student body fan experience, and Hail, Michigan Athletics' first student rewards program. From Big Ten to corporate America, the Chicago native dove into the consumer packaged goods industry to learn from the best and brightest about brand building, marketing research, behavioral science, and human-centered design. An insight strategist for F500 companies, including Procter & Gamble, Hello, Kraft Foods, and Johnson & Johnson. Kristen designed and led global research, insights, and strategy for some of the world's most recognizable brands, including Wella, CoverGirl, P&G, the Olympics, Disney, oh, I love Disney, Kraft Mac and Cheese Dinner, oh, love some mac and cheese, and Aveeno Baby. Concerned about the longevity of purpose-driven businesses and nonprofits, Kristen started her consulting practice, CUXP Insights, to help these organizations evolve their business and marketing strategies for sustainable growth and impact. Beyond her consulting practice, Kristen has been called to teach marketing, communications, and business management courses at universities, incubators, and accelerators across the country. Yes, being called, okay? Kristen is a lead instructor in the Business Innovation and Growth Center at Northeastern Illinois University, where she teaches entrepreneurs and small business owners the fundamentals of business planning. Additionally, she is pro bono business consultant for the Arts and Business Council of Chicago, where she facilitates strategic meetings and retreats for nonprofit brands, cultural organizations, and philanthropic institutions. Kristen believes her blessing to study and work at some of the most amazing institutions and corporations in the world was so that she could sow knowledge, understanding, and wisdom into the owners, professionals, creators that God puts in her path. Kristen is a proud graduate of the University of Michigan and Gonzaga University. She is an alumni fellow of Management Leadership of Tomorrow. A short list of her awards, come on now, a short list, that's real, of her awards include David Ogilvy Award, American Research Foundation, Outstanding Consultant of the Year, Arts and Business Council of Chicago, Product Innovation of the Year, Procter & Gamble, Shopper Marketing of the Year, Target Corporation. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me to give a round of applause to Kristen Evans.
Thank you, Lauren. It felt weird listening to that intro. I'm like, who they talking about?
Talking about, yeah, girl, you bad, girl. You a bad sister, boy.
Thank you for having me on this morning. I'm looking forward to sharing a little bit of the knowledge that I have accumulated over the years. And it, like I said, I believe it's my calling to sow into God dreams and God businesses with what I know. I've been blessed to know what I know, and so I pour that out. And thank you for this platform to be able to do that.
Yes, thank you so much, Chris. I'm so proud of you. We are honored to have you on today because you are our instructor. You taught us, you taught me and Miss Chanin and the whole team about how to become an entrepreneur and get our business started. And baby, because of you, we here, okay? We here 2020, okay? COVID-19 ain't stopping nothing, okay?
That's right. And I'm so proud of both of you, and to hear that and to see that you are taking the fundamentals that we started in a classroom over just 12 weeks and to see where you guys are I don't know how many months later, just continuing to put that business plan into action. And that's why we were so really pushing the fact that you need a plan, you need some place to start from. It's easy to pivot once you have a plan. And so as I continue to watch both of you pivot and both of you grow, I'm really proud to say that I had a really small part to play in that.
Yes, thank you, Chris. Well, let's come on. Yes, prayer hands. Okay, let's jump right in. So,
All right.
you know, Chris, I love your concept of land the plane. So how do you pick one idea and develop it into a business concept? Because, you know, as millennials, we have so many ideas and concepts that we can do this, we can do that. But I love your idea of land the plane. Can you explain more about that?
Absolutely. So if you spend any length of time with me in a classroom or in a coaching session, at some point you're going to see me tell you land your plane. And what I mean by that is, like you said, people have so many ideas and they are what I call flying around in the air. But eventually I need your airplane to land. And that's about taking your idea and moving it to a concept. And we don't hear a ton about that. People think, oh, I just need an idea. Well, ideas are born from your interest areas and you're interested in a lot of things. And so naturally you then come up with a lot of ideas. But the process of going from idea to concept is really about finding where is the opportunity for you to create a solution that people are willing and able to pay for, that they will make a transaction with you, that I'm going to give you my currency in exchange for your value. And then I am going to build that out in such a way that you will know about it, you'll hear about it, you'll be able to purchase it. And ultimately, it will be the solution that you desire for it to be. So you have to move your idea into a concept, into something that is truly grounded in an opportunity area. It's meant for a certain community of people who are willing and able to pay for it. And that you have designed how you're actually going to deliver this product or this service to them, how much it's going to cost for them to get it. And you've done the due diligence to make sure that you actually deliver the quality that you say that it is. And when you have that version of it, then you have a business concept and no longer just an idea. A great example that I use for it is if you say that you want to go on vacation, that's an idea. But if you say that I want to go to the Bahamas in summer of 2020 and I'm going to take a flight to get there and I'm going to stay about 2 weeks, now you're starting to get a concept that's something that's a lot more concrete that you can take action on.
Yes, yes. And you know, Chris, how do you craft a good business story? Because I've noticed that a lot of successful people in this industry, they know how to tell a story. And
yes.
Can you give us an example of this? Because I know within your work, you talk about the human understanding, the market data, and the profit potential. So how do you craft a successful, like, good business story?
Yeah, so I have my infamous 5 C's. And again, if you spend any length of time with me, and I know I drilled it into you guys' head, you want to be clear, consistent, concise, connective, and compelling. Mm-hmm. So the first thing I want to talk about is that a business story is different than your personal story. And that's one place that a lot of entrepreneurs get hung up on. Every time they meet and engage with someone, they want to tell them their life story. That's not your business story. Your life is a part of it. There is a genesis that forms from your real life. I love the example that Chanin gave a little bit earlier, which is by nature of her life, which is she has a household of 10, she's a mom of 8, and she's a homeschooler. All of those pieces of her life then started to feed into her business, right? So her life story was the genesis. Then the next step of it is to explore, is there an opportunity in the market for a skill set that I have? I'm going to continue to pick on Chanin. I've been picking on her for a long time. I'm sure she doesn't mind. But she said, I have a skill, which is organizing. Can I turn that into something that people will actually pay me for? We haven't even got to profit yet. But if someone will pay you for it, then you explore this idea of there's some home organizing that I could do. How big is that market? How much are people willing to pay for it? what service could I create to satisfy the need? And what's the problems that they're dealing with? So now you've got human understanding, problem that someone is experiencing. You've got some market data to say, yeah, this is a real area that people are willing to pay for, and this area is actually growing, or this area is pretty flat. People are spending an average of $200 on it, whatever the case might be. And maybe there are 1 million people who are purchasing these services right now. That's your market data.
Mm-hmm.
Then you want to get to profit potential. I know a lot of people talk about revenue. I talk about profit, right? Profit is what you get at the bottom line. And so profitability, and I know we're going to talk a little bit earlier around if people will fund you. People want to fund a business that has potential to have profit. And profitability, and the reason why I impress it so much upon entrepreneurs, is revenue is just how much money I get in for selling you the thing. But if I have to pay all that money out because it took every dime to make it, then I have no profit at the end of the day. There's nothing to either put back into the business if you're going to reinvest in yourself. There's nothing to give out from the business if you have investors and you need to pay them their shareholder rewards and dividends, right? So when you're talking about building a business story, I want a human understanding, because at the end of the day, human beings buy. They're the people that buy it. You need to understand the humans that are going to purchase. You need to understand what you're creating for them, and if there is a market that's willing to sustain you selling this thing out into the world. And then you need to understand, how does it make money, and can it make money above and beyond what it costs for me to create it? And small insert there, service providers often think that they don't have any costs. That's not true. And if you spend a little bit of time with me, I hope you figure out there's a whole lot of costs, even when you're a service provider. But it always costs you something to create something. And so you want to generate enough money that's over and beyond how much it costs for you to make and deliver something. All those pieces together, that's a business story. That's telling someone, I have a concept that's rooted in a real opportunity. I have a solution that delivers real value. I have a community that is willing and able to pay for it, and I have the means to get it to them.
Yes, yes. And Kristen, as an African-American woman, because you have worked at some prestigious companies, how have you been able to maintain your self-confidence within yourself and your business?
Yeah, so I have to laugh because it's a chicken or egg kind of thing, right? I was very blessed in my upbringing. I come from a 2-parent household, and both of my parents never let me feel inadequate about anything. They've never let me feel inferior. In fact, quite the opposite. They let me know. I spent my formative education years literally being bused across the city. I grew up on the west side. I went to school on the north side. Most of the kids didn't look like me. But what my parents let me know is, you deserve to be there.
Yes.
So it wasn't, no one's giving you anything. It's not a handout. You deserve to be there. And when you get there, you perform. So I think I've always had that rooted inside of me, which is, I deserve to be in any door that I'm in. And when I get there, it's my responsibility to make sure that I perform. And so every academic institution that I've gone to, every corporate environment that I've gone to, I make it my business to know that business.
Yes.
And one of my assets over the years has really been the ability to communicate. And I have found that when I can speak your language, when I layer in and I bring human understanding to everything that I do and social behavioral skills, I'm looking at what motivates you. I hear the words that you use and what drives you. And when I layer that on top of what I know is my technical expertise and I communicate that back out to you, I've got you nodding your head. Mm-hmm. And that keeps me believing that I know what I'm talking about. I'm willing to go learn if I don't.
Exactly.
And it's okay for me to be me. Mm-hmm. You know, there's a great lyric in a song that says, my creator didn't make no mistakes in me. Yes. All of my flaws, all of my gains, all of my losses, they all make me who I am. and my God uses them to make me and shape me every single day. So I take all of that together and I bring that into a room with the caveat, and I think this is important, and I'm probably one of few people that will say it, with the caveat that I recognize that I'm a Black woman.
Yes.
So I recognize when I need to tone down or dial up because I'm sensitive about every room that I'm in. And that's a whole nother level of awareness. And I think that we don't talk about that enough. And we have this emphasis of bring your whole self into a room. And I do believe that, and I believe that that's important. But I also believe that you elevate your presence, your leadership, your communication when you know the room that you're in. And so you figure out how I dial in, what I dial back, because everybody can't handle all of you. And that's okay. Even your family at times can't handle all of you, right? So why would I expect a stranger or a multi-billionaire to be able to handle all of me? But I bring what I bring to the table. I don't let you diminish any of that, but I'm highly conscious about how I deliver it to you.
Yes. Yes. And so now, Kristen, how can we support you? I know we only have 3 minutes left. And you guys, I just want to say, this is our first time, so I appreciate your patience. Give your girls some grace because this is my first time. This is my first time doing the virtual, y'all. So I didn't know how long it was going to take. But going forward, you know, we can revise and finesse. But yes, Chris, how can we support you? How can we support?
Absolutely. Yeah. So I work with a couple of groups of people. So if you are an organization or building an organization, which the likes of you and Chanin are, then I work with those individuals in terms of helping to create their strategies. And that's business strategies and marketing plans. So I'm really about being a facilitator. And so if you're interested in working with me, you have what I call a purpose-driven organization. And just to explain that really quickly, all the businesses and entrepreneurs that I work with, they have a bigger mission at the end of what it is that they're doing, whether it's that they want to build youth empowerment non-for-profits, or maybe they want to build an organization that enables stay-at-home moms to build a business on the side. So they have a social impact component to what it is that they want to do. Those are the existing and emerging organizations that I work with, and I facilitate strategy and planning conversations for them. If you are a corporate professional or an entrepreneur that is starting to go and have meetings with corporations or with investors, I mentor on business communications and presentation skills. And then independent of all of that, you guys heard a little bit earlier that I am a researcher and a strategist by trade. And so I am highly intrigued and personally impacted by the notions of wellness and workplace stress and body recovery. And I come in and I do speaking engagements on that topic, and I continue to lead my own independent research in those areas, because whether you work in a corporation, you're building a corporation, or you're an entrepreneur, there's a certain level of stress that comes with business. I call it the business stress, the workplace stress. And how do you release that? Especially because it can manifest in our bodies. And I think that we have to be well and we have to be whole in order to pursue and to live out these God dreams and build these businesses and organizations that we're supposed to be doing. So there's a level of rest and restoration and recovery that's required in order to successfully build. And again, I research and I speak on those topics. So you can contact me through email, which is cuxpinsights.co@outlook.com. You can find me on LinkedIn. It is my first and last name, Kristen Evans 1. Or you can follow me on Instagram at cuxpinsights. There's not a ton up there right now. I'm getting better with it, but you can also follow there for tips and advice around business planning, strategy, human insights, or communication skills.
Excellent. Excellent. Thank you so much, Chris.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for joining us today. I am just honored and grateful that you all were able to come on. to the show. I see people writing in the chat that, they want you and Chanin's information. So what I'll do, guys, to everyone out there, I will make sure that I'll email you and send you Chanin's, all of her social media and information. I'll verify that with her again. And Kristen, I will also do the same with you because both people are asking for you all's information.
But I do want to say one thing really quick for anyone who is on your call or is registered to be on your call. So typically an hour of my time is $500. But for anyone that is on your call today, I will give you 90 minutes of my time for $150. And when you walk out, I guarantee you that you'll have at least 3 strategies and tactics that you can implement either in your current workplace or in what it is that you're building for the world. So that's my gift to you guys for being here and supporting you. I believe, again, that you sow into the people that you believe in. God put you in my path. And so because you're building this audience, I want to be an extension of helping them grow. So you can get an hour and a half of my time for just $150.
Wow. Thank you so much, Chris.
You're welcome.
So much. And again, you guys, I will be sure to send all of this information to you. I'll verify it again with Chanin and Kristen, but I will send all this information to you. And lastly, before we go today, guys, what's next up for LWOO? Just stay tuned in. Again, my business page is the LWOO Show on Instagram. THELWOOSHOW. So if you want to know what's coming up next for LWOO, who we interviewing next, all of that, just follow the business page and it will have all of the information. But other than that, thank you guys so much for tuning in today.
Thank you for having us. Thank you.
And enjoy the outro video. But thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you have any other questions, please email me, get in contact with me on social media. And I want to thank my whole team too. I want to thank Miss Marge, Mitchell, Kristen, Chanin. I want to thank the audience for tuning in today. Forgive me if I forget to thank anyone. Everyone, Nancy, everybody that was a part of putting this together. I want to thank the team and thank the guests for tuning in today. I really, really appreciate it. But thank you for joining the first LWOO virtual show, guys.
Good boy, B. Hey, girl. What's up? How you doing? Okay. Wait. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back. Yeah. Okay. LWOO. 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 LWOO.